Catch up on all the live shows right here on africatechradio.com.
And of course, I think the sound that Tony just made would be the right sound for me to kick off the show with. Anyway, I just had to scream. Been through some frustration since last night, or let me say yesterday evening. Looking at the fuel scarcity that is going on right now, I don't know how we have abundance of certain resources and materials, and it just gets to the point of we are not allowed free usage or access to these resources we are blessed with. Personally, I feel frustrated, and I know so many people are feeling that way today because there is hiking transportation, there is roadblocks because people are trying to just be on a serious long queue, using their cars to cause obstruction on roads and everything going on. I don't know how to feel. I feel exhausted. I feel very exhausted just thinking about the situation we are in this part of the world. This is Africa, and of course this is Nigeria, and Nigeria's problem I just shared with you, but not all Africans are feeling like this. I don't know how others are feeling in the part of the world they're in, but I just had to just vent. It's a safe zone right here where we get to talk about what's going on in the world, and of course looking at Africa in perspective of things happening around us. I remember yesterday I shared with you that South Africa would launch their digital currency, and of course Kenya is also coming up with that, and Ghana also. I remember Nigeria had the launch of that last 2 years, so other African countries are trying to catch up. It's a whole lot of innovations and revolution going on around us. How can all this be happening and we still have to complain about the light situation not being consistent? I don't know. Sometimes when I'm talking to friends from other countries and I say there is no light, there's a bit of dissonance and disconnection in communication because they don't understand. Is it that the light went off? Then you have to say you're using generator and they're asking you what's generator. Some people don't know. You'd be surprised. You would be surprised. But it's all the things we're facing, and of course looking at the events that is going to be going on or happening in February, I think it's time you're actually checking in with yourself and asking yourself, how have I been faring? How am I really doing in this moment? Then checking with the next steps and actions you're about to take. How will it impact my life in the next few years? Would it take me forward or would it keep me stagnant? Would it be something I'll be proud of to say, oh yes, I made this decision for my future and here is my future now, and this is the result of just few minutes or seconds of just using my thumb to actually voting the right person. Like, you think it's an easy right or easy exercise to carry, but it's something that you should actually put in perspective what your future is going to look like, what your children's future is going to look like. I mean, we're not all going to be young forever. Maybe you're like a Gen Z or Alpha and you're thinking that this doesn't affect you. I remember growing up, I also had that notion that, anything that involves politics is just too much drama for me. I didn't want to be involved in it. Then few years after, I think almost 6 years, I started feeling the brunt of me saying I don't want to be bothered by what's going on, bothered by who is president or not. Then I started seeing that it's affected my education. There was stalling, there was strike. Yeah, there was strike and some decision had to be made, and the appropriate people were actually at the top, just rigmaroling with decisions that they were supposed to make and money that was supposed to be sent to the appropriate boxes. And I started checking with my options and saying, oh, it does affect me. So don't feel like you're too young to be involved in politics. You're not. Nigeria that you have today is the Nigeria your parents or the decision you yourself made a few years ago. So it's time again where you have opportunity to make a better nation for yourself, if not for yourself, for your children, if not for your children, for those around you, how would you like Nigeria to be in the next 4 years? I feel like that should be what you think about. Think about your values. What are the values you would like to push forward? What are the values you like to scrape out that hasn't really worked for you? I feel like I'm saying too much about the election, but then I am in my feelings. I think we should have Drake, because today I was supposed to come in very excited, but then I'm in my feelings. Guys. I don't know how you're feeling today, but I can't find the song. This one is by Drake, but you know what? I'm not going to leave it in God's hand. It's in our hands. But then let's let Drake just give us some cool music to ease off the stress. Then I'll be right back because I've got an interview for 3 p.m. But before then, I'll be right back for us to chit chat some more before we dive into the main conversation of the day.
Africa Tech Radio.
Your plug for all things tech.
Conversations, reviews, perspective, people.
Find us online. www.africatechradio.com.
And we are back, guys. We are still on cruise control. My name is Bookii. I know when I was ranting, I didn't introduce myself, so I apologize for those of you who are wondering, who is this lady that is just complaining about our country? But I'm sorry. You know, there are things that happen around you, and all your feelings, all your hormones are just rising so high, and you're like, I just want to let it out before I explode. Yeah, I had to do that. So, guys, I apologize for not introducing myself or talking about the show you're listening to. This is Cruise Control on Africa Tech Radio. We are your Africa's number one technology radio in Africa. Yes, we are the official radio, I wouldn't say station, but right now we are your internet radio, providing you with everything technology, information, news, updates, and of course having conversation with people doing great stuff in the ecosystem. That's talking about the tech ecosystem, looking at fintech, health tech, agro-tech. We're looking at every area of tech you could actually imagine. We go out and we solve for game changers in every industry and try to bring them on here to have conversation with them and be in their mind, and of course try to pass the message across and get more people to be on the same mission with us and with them. And today, talking about mission for today, I'm going to be having a conversation with a crypto enthusiast. Yes, he's someone who enjoys talking about flipping money. Yeah, and you have to do that. And thanks to technology, we don't do it the traditional way. I mean, looking at the blockchain system, we're looking at the decentralized system of making money. We're looking at Bitcoin, Ethereum, FTT, FTS, USDT, and all of that great stuff, how you can make money. But there's been a compromise lately, looking at towards the end of last year. If you're following with the news of cryptocurrency, you'll definitely be familiar with the story of Bankman-Fried. Yes, that's the CEO of the FTX cryptocurrency world. So we get to talk all about that, and of course we get to find out what the confidence of African traders and investors are like. Because a lot really happened last year. A whopping sum of $1 trillion just disappeared, and that affected so many creditors and investors also. So we're looking at, does that really change our mind towards putting out our money to buy FTX, blockchain, investing our money into the future of technology? I mean, I feel like I'm talking too much or I'm giving too much away, but not to worry. We get to talk more about this explicitly with my guest. He's also an enthusiast. I know something that people are passionate about. They'll definitely pour down their stories, their feelings, and their vision. So that's what we're going to be doing at 1 p.m. today. But right now in the news, what's really going on with TikTok? If you're not on TikTok, I think you're missing. But then I'm not on TikTok, but I go there to enjoy the content. Yeah, so we're both missing. More universities are banning TikTok from their campus networks and devices. So public universities across a widening swath of US states have banned TikTok in recent months, and two of the country's largest colleges just followed suit. So the flurry of recent campus TikTok ban was inspired by executive orders issued by a number of state governors. Public universities in the Alabama, Arkansas, and Florida, Georgia Georgia, Oklahoma, South Dakota, and now Texas have taken measures to restrict access to the app, blocking it from campus Wi-Fi networks and school-owned devices. I get it. I took the story from the US. Yes, I know it's not African related, but I'm just thinking about the African student also in regards to this, because when you look at the menace on TikTok, it's a social app that people are using to create content, and that's the power of social media. It has given everyone the creative space or outlets for them to show to the world what they can do. And of course, sometimes it's not just creativity, it's also some fun, engaging content, and it's also people go there to release some stress, to relieve themselves. I mean, there are days you watch some content, they are really funny. It's not like you really want to interact with them, but it just helps you stay grounded and not lose your shit. Yeah, exactly. So TikTok is like that, and because it's not a platform where you go to just show off your good pictures or your good life. People go there to do crazy fun stuff, like weird stuff, really amazing stuff. I can't really say this is what the exact content you're going to get. There are travels, there are people who are performing like a 60 seconds, 30 seconds video clips and all of that stuff. It could be extracts from movies also, from performances from your superstars and celebrity act and all of that stuff. But it's being kind of overbearing when you see a lot of people just go there to showcase stuff, and students are not able to concentrate. So I get it when schools say they are not going to be allowing their students use this platform, because sometimes it's a bit of distraction. It is a bit of distraction when you think about it. I think this song really just want to play. So should I play? But we already played it. I don't know why it's coming out again. Yeah, I think I'm good. So that's what's really happening. But then I'm looking for how this is going to also be effective in Nigeria. Because I want students to actually go to school and do what they do in school. Let school go through you and you go through school, and not allow social media to become the phase of your life where you forget the main reason of being in school. Outside school, you can as well as just use your social media platform to do whatever you want to do. But when you're in school, you should face the reason why you're there. I sound like a big auntie right now. That's one of the news. When I come back, I think let's just play this song. I've got a call to catch with my guest then, so we can get ready for 1 p.m, guys.
Thanks for listening, and don't forget to catch up on all the live shows right here on africatechradio.com.